in Photoshop, those backgrounds. Now, this is just simple photography at this point. Now, I want to get a little bit more sophisticated. I'm going to build 2 more prims for my Photostudio, and these are going to be lights. Now, these big photo studios that are worth lots of linden have all kinds of lights on them, bells and whistles. Lighting in SL is really very simple. In fact, you can't get more than 6 lights working at one time. And all you really need is 2. So we're going to go back to the build, and I'm going to choose a sphere this time, and I'm going to click and make my sphere. There it is. I don't need to change the size of this because I'm actually going to make it invisible. But I'm going to turn on its lights. Every object in any prim in SL can actually give off light. Go to the Features tab and click on Light, and there, it turns on the light. Now you may not be able to see that as well when I'm turning it on and off. You can see it on the background. But it really helps when you're using lights for photography in SL World if you go to World, Environment Settings, and Force Midnight. There's my midnight. I can turn my light on and off. Isn't that cool? By moving my light closer to my avatar, I can get certain kinds of effects. Further away, you can see how the light will light up my avatar or a background from one side or the other depending on where I'm dragging it. Now, once I've got this light, there are some parameters. I can change its color, so I can make it a red light or a blue light. Remember that when you're taking photography, these snapshots, you're going to bring it into Photoshop. If the image has already got blue on one side of the face, almost impossible to get rid of that in Photoshop. I like to take photos clean with a nice white light. Here are some parameters. Intensity. The intensity is automatically set to maximum, but you might want one light on one side of the face that's bright and one light that's on the other side of the face that's not so bright. So you might want to set one of your lights to 0.5 instead of the full intensity of 1. There, it's full bright. Radius will allow you to go up to 20 meters maximum. I'm just going to type in 20. There. And that really is the spread of the light, how far the light's going to go. Fall off is how far I can walk away from this light before the light actually starts to fade. And so if you set this to 0, you'll get the full expanse of the light. It's like a soft light. Whereas if you run this up, it's like a pin light or a focused light. Again, the default settings here work just fine for photography in SL. Now that I've got this light, I want to, if I'm going to have it close to my avatar, it's going to show up in my picture. If I'm taking a picture like this, I don't want it to show up in my photograph. So I'm going to make it invisible. So we go into texture, and the transparency setting, you're going to set that to full. Now you can just type in 100 if you want to. And when I close this window, you'll see it disappears. The light doesn't disappear. The light is still there. But the texture, the object itself actually disappears. Now, how do I edit it? Well, you have to turn on the transparency. Then go Control-Alt-T, turns on transparency, and I can see it again. There it is. I right-click on it and choose Edit, and I can turn it up. And turn the transparency down. I'm just going to turn it to 50% here and turn it off. I can turn my transparency off. There we go. You can see I can sort of see through that prim. See? I can see through it. Now, right-click, Edit. I'm going to make a copy of this. Shift, hold. Shift, drag. There. You notice the light turned on immediately when I made the copy. Now, I'm going to, I can link these if I want to these other 2 prims that I made. But this is all I really need. I turn these both into 100% transparency. I stand in the center of my my cyclorama, turn around Dex. There, he does what I tell him to do. Look at that. And I can take photographs of myself. One little other tip just for you. If you go into World, Environment Settings, you'll see there's a double line on top of that menu. Just click on that double line. It tears that menu off. I like doing this. Put that up on that corner, and then I can have my lights on, my lights off, but I can also go to sunrise and get that kind of an effect. Go back to midnight, sunset, midday, and take a number of different shots, snapshots of the same image with different lighting effects. All bang, 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 just like that. There's your studio. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 prims. And you got your studio working for you. And you can start making money as a pro photographer in SL. Have a good